Hey everyone, it's a little bit of a cold spring day today. It's been fairly warm, but we had a cold front come in and the highs are in the 30s again and it feels like we're back in winter. Anyway, today we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna take my 29 Plus bike here and we're gonna go explore and see if we can find some sheds. If you don't know what a shed is, it's basically the antlers of a deer or an elk or another animal that has horns. Believe it or not, they actually lose those late every winter and kind of regrow them over the spring and into the summer. So it's called a shed because each year they shed their old antlers and they grow new ones. Now you'll have to check the regulations where you live or where you're gonna go look for sheds, because there are some restrictions on these, especially in wilderness management areas, because they don't want you pushing the animals around. So we're out looking today. We'll see what we can find. Okay, so I actually just got to the top of that little gully I was in. There's our horse, but there's some deer right there. So you can't really tell this time of year if it's a doe or a buck, but we're gonna go over there and see. The horns, when they fall off, they can really fall off anywhere, but you obviously want to be where the deer have been. So lots of deer trails. There's some poop right there, but that's always a good sign. There's some right there, so maybe they've bedded down in here and there's a chance that there might be a shed up there. Let's go look. It's for sure gonna scare them off, but they're okay. They kind of run between the hill down here and then down in the pasture. Yeah, they've been around here a lot. Lots of poop. You can see where they've kind of been laying down. There's lots of dirt. The grass is kind of cleared. I have a feeling that's probably just some does, but maybe there's been a buck up here too. Gotta go fairly slow because I want to be able to see if there's anything. Nothing yet. Yeah, not seeing anything. You know, one reason I'm looking around up here is because we see these deer every day walking around. And there were some bucks, and then one day we noticed, hey, that buck only has one antler. That's interesting. So we know they're losing them up here somewhere. Where? That's for us to find out. Let's keep going this way, get back to the bike. Kind of just scanning the hillside right here. Shed hunting's pretty cool because most places you don't need a license. You just go. It's like you don't need a gun. You don't need anything. You just go and find it. It's like a really good Easter egg hunt. So the reason people like these is they're cool looking and you can use them for decoration. There also is a little bit of a market for them. They can be valuable if they're, you know, if they're big, or you find two of them, they're matching, you know, a matching pair. That's a pretty big deal. Let's check out this gully right here. I think some of this is rideable. I've never really been up it. It's pretty cool though. Whew. It's gonna be fun to ride down. A little gnarly, but fun. I don't think the deer are walking straight up this. Let's get out here where it looks like there's a trail. Okay, back to where we started on that goalie. Oh, found the deer again. It's the same 3, which is a bummer. I was hoping there'd be different ones, but same group. This looks like a place where they are a lot. There's a lot of poop, a lot of beds. I mean, I would probably hang out here too. It's pretty cool with these rock outcroppings. Seeing anything? My kids would love climbing on these rocks all right here. Oh, little chipmunk. See that? Right there. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I'm not having a whole lot of luck. I'm gonna head this way, go over this ridge, and go down that way. We'll see if there's anything over there. Might be one of those times where you're unsuccessful, which happens, but it was still fun to get out and explore. So let's head this way. I really hope I find something. Let's go look over here for a second. Some old bones. Hey. Oh, nope. Itty bitty jaws. I don't know what it's from. Maybe a chipmunk? I don't know. It's got a little tooth up on the front. Probably save those for my son. Probably gonna have to get new brake pads after this from all the stopping and slowing down. Okay, so I've kind of made my way slowly back over. I was gonna go all the way down, call it a day, but I thought I should go over here and look. Kind of go along this fence, look around here. Kind of frustrating, you know, not finding anything. I love being out here though, so can't really complain too much. Is it dumb to take a bike? Not really. I mean, it's kind of a bummer to have to push it and to leave it and go hike around, but I do think I've been able to cover more ground because of it. When I get to those downhill sections or just getting out to where I want to look, it's a lot faster. I'm sure there's areas where you wouldn't be able to do this. Bikes might not be allowed. If you do decide to, and it's legal and everything, I'd recommend a fat bike. Kind of just cruising around here. It's pretty slow and looking. All right, well, I think we're gonna finish up by just kind of following along this trail right here. We'll get one another day though. So it's the next day. You know, I went up in the foothills because I was really hoping to find some mule deer sheds. Those are a little more exciting, but obviously I didn't really have luck with that. So I decided to come down here in the fields and in these willows and stuff over here. This is where the whitetail hang out. So hopefully I'll be able to find something down here. It's a little more open. It does get really thick back in here to the point where I don't know that I'll be able to really bike as much, but at least I can get out here faster on the bike. I know there's a lot of deadfall, so I'm gonna have to get a little trialsy on my bike. Hop around a lot and get over stuff. Let's head over toward the river. Some slow speed tech. And I ran over so many cacti, I guess, yesterday that my tires are a little low. I don't know if the sealant couldn't handle it or what, but they were at about 6 psi. Yeah, that's a bonus of having a helmet on. Get to push all the trees out of the way with it, branches. There we go. You smooth. Some cranes. Just right there. I'll leave the bike right here. That was pretty cool. All right, let's go keep looking. This is some thick stuff. Oh, that hasn't scared me to death. Ooh, that just almost impaled me. Let's go get the bike. We'll come kind of around the thick stuff that we already walked through and get to another section. Woo. You know, there are sniper rocks, which is basically these rocks that you don't see, and you clip them with your pedal when you're going fast, and they just like take you down. In here, there's sniper logs. You can't see through the grass, and they just grab you. All right, I'm gonna leave that right there and go into some of these places that can't really ride. I feel like I'm probably just not very good at this, you know? I like to think I can pay attention to detail and spot things, but probably not my strong suit. I do think though that after you see one, you kind of get an eye of what you're looking for, which helps. Let's go back through here. Oops. No. Are you kidding me? This one's a little older, it looks like. Nice. It's about time. That's all I can say. Cool. That feels good. I can't believe that. It took that that long, and this is all I find, but hey, it works. Better put this in my backpack. A lot of times I think I'm gonna find them. There's gonna be a whole bunch of them. They're gonna be in the trees because they're just getting ripped off their head, but that does not seem to be the case. Stabbed in the neck. This is just my bonus round. Since I came up empty-handed, I thought, might as well go give it a shot. It's already turned out better than the however long I spent wandering around in the mountains yesterday. Yeah! Much better. I mean, it's a 4-point. Well, okay, so here you'd call this a 4-point and with an eye guard. A lot of other places, most other places I guess, especially in the east, this would be a 5-point. That's an interesting thing I never really understood, but a lot of places say this was actually on the buck. Other places, people would call this, if it was 5 points on each side, they'd call it a 10 point. In the West, at least my understanding, and having been in Utah and here in Montana, you just call it a 5 point. It's just per side. And if it's uneven, if it's, well, here it's actually 4 point. But if it was 4 on one side and 3 on the other, it'd be a 4x3. Man, what a good find. I'm so glad I came down here. I mean, they're just whitetail, not super exciting, but when you looked all day yesterday and then haven't found anything, it's nice. And I mean, to get 2, that's awesome. I'm actually gonna call it at that, I think. I'll walk back a little bit of a different way, see if I can find anything else, but whoa, almost went down. But I got some stuff I gotta do today, so very happy about this. Let's get back to the bike. This was a super different video for me, but it was fun to get out there and go search, and glad that I got something on the second day. I still think it was worth it to bring the bike. You know, other people might disagree. Helped me to cover more ground and just kind of get around to see more, especially on a day where I didn't find anything. At least I got some biking in. Let me know what you thought about this video down below in the comments. I'm excited that it's finally warming up and trails are starting to open, so we'll get to some single track riding, as well as some good gravel rides I have planned. Be sure to subscribe, go check me out on Instagram and Ride Year Round, and I'll see you next time.